I swore I'd never get married until Jung Il-woo said this. Sandara Park's tearful confession after 18 years of hidden love. For years, Sandara Park was more than just a celebrity. She was a symbol, the ageless fairy of K-pop, the untouchable princess of an industry that devours its own. Always poised, always smiling, Dara, as she is affectionately called, carried herself like a feather in the wind, graceful, ethereal, and always out of reach. Her fans adored her for her charm, her kindness, and her mystery. But they also feared for her, feared that behind that perfect exterior was a woman who had spent her life surviving the machinery of fame. And on a live stream watched by millions, Dara finally let that truth slip, not through a scandal, not through an agency press release, but through tears. One sentence, just one, shattered nearly 2 decades of illusion. I swore I'd never get married, until Jung Il-woo said this. She didn't elaborate. She didn't have to. Her eyes, wet with the weight of untold years, said everything. It wasn't just a confession of love. It was a cry for freedom. Studio microphone, the world stopped breathing. The livestream came without warning. No teasers, no hints. Dara had simply gone live on her personal channel. What began as a casual chat with fans suddenly turned emotional. Her voice wavered, her composure cracked. And then, silence. She looked down, wiping her eyes, and whispered the now iconic line. That was it. Comments exploded. The world, used to carefully managed PR reveals, had no idea what to do with something so raw, so real. Speech balloon. What did Jung Il-woo say? The answer came the very next day. Jung Il-woo, the soft-spoken actor known for his introspective roles and guarded persona, appeared at a hastily arranged press conference. No luxury backdrops. No stylist. Just a plain white shirt and trembling hands. I know everyone is wondering what I said to Dara, he began, eyes focused on the room full of reporters. And I think she deserves for you to hear it exactly as I said it. He took a breath, voice steady. If you don't believe in marriage, I understand. I won't ask for a wedding. But if you believe in me, even just a little, then let me be the person you don't have to be afraid to grow old with. Gasps. Audible gasps filled the room. Some reporters had tears in their eyes. I didn't propose, he added quietly. I just told her that love shouldn't be a cage. That with me, she doesn't have to perform. She can rest. Mantelpiece clock, a love story 18 years in the making. For fans, this wasn't just a romantic reveal. It was the unraveling of a mystery that had haunted them for nearly 2 decades. Whispers of a connection between Dara and Il-woo had existed since the mid-2000s, before Dara debuted in 2NE1 and before Il-woo starred in 49 Days or The Moon Embracing the Sun. They met as trainees, 2 broken souls in a cutthroat world. Dara had just moved from the Philippines, adjusting to a new country, language, and culture. Il-woo was recovering from a near-fatal car accident that had left him physically and emotionally scarred. They weren't lovers. Not then. But they were each other's lifeline. I don't remember when it shifted, Dara would later say. I just knew that I couldn't breathe if I didn't know he was okay. Broken heart love in the shadows. They never dated publicly. They couldn't. Dara was under a dating ban. Il-woo, too, was rising in fame, and the industry is rarely kind to men who seem distracted by romance, especially when tied to a female idol. So they did what they had to. They became each other's secret. They met behind closed doors. Shared midnight texts. Avoided the same red carpets. Hid in plain sight. Il-woo once skipped a major award show because Dara was attending and he didn't want to risk being seen near her. Dara turned down a drama cameo when she learned Il-woo was cast as the lead. They protected each other, fiercely, silently. The toll of hiding. For Dara, the cost was heavier. K-pop is notoriously cruel to women in love. While male idols may survive dating rumors or even gain support for romantic gestures, female idols risk everything: fan loyalty, endorsement deals, even their careers. If I had revealed this even 5 years ago, Dara once confided to a stylist, I might have been forced to quit the industry. And so she smiled. Through heartbreak, longing, and quiet desperation, she smiled. Until Il-woo broke the silence. Collision, he didn't propose. He offered her peace. What made this story so powerful wasn't just the longevity or secrecy of their love. It was the gentleness, the compassion. In a world obsessed with grand proposals and scripted fairy tales, Il-woo didn't ask for her hand. He asked for her trust. He didn't promise her a wedding. He promised her safety. And for Dara, who had spent a lifetime performing for others, this was the most romantic thing anyone could have said. Tornado reactions, chaos, crying, and collective healing. Online reaction was instant and overwhelming. Hashtags exploded. Hashtag Dara Il-woo. Hashtag 18 years of silence. Hashtag Dra deserves love. Hashtag protect them at all costs. Fan forums lit up. Some celebrated. Some cried. Some accused them of manipulation. One tweet read, "They lied to us for 18 years. What else aren't they telling us?" But another went viral. "They protected each other in an industry that eats people alive. That's not deception. That's love." Edits of old clips resurfaced. The way Il-woo looked at Dara during a 2012 music show, their matching bracelets, those subtle smiles that now felt like loaded confessions. Artist palette fan tributes and international tears. Fan art flooded in. Live streams were held just to cry together. One Filipino fan posted, "She gave her whole youth to us. Let her give her heart to him." International fanbases translated his speech into 20+ languages within hours. Celebrities even shared support posts. Dove, what's next? Neither agency has made a formal follow-up. Dara is rumored to be on break. Il-woo has postponed filming for his next drama. So what happens now? Will they marry? Will they appear in public together? Or fade back into the privacy they so long protected? Il-woo's final words in the press conference suggest otherwise. "I don't know what the future holds. But for the first time in 18 years, I don't want to hide anymore." And with that, he walked off stage. No kisses, no fireworks, just a man who had finally spoken his truth. A different kind of love story. What Dara and Jung Il-woo gave the world wasn't just a reveal, it was a lesson. A reminder that love, when true, doesn't always look like fairy tales. Sometimes it's quiet, patient, and unseen. Sometimes it's 18 years of restraint. Sometimes it's a single sentence that brings a woman to tears and the world to its knees. They didn't need to get married to prove their love. They just needed to be brave enough to stop hiding it. And in doing so, they gave hope to countless others, fans, fellow artists, and anyone who has ever loved in silence.